Greetings, everyone, and welcome to today's Travel Webcast webinar, brought to you by Uniworld and Baxter Media. Presenting for us today is Michelle Palma, Vice President of North America Field Sales for Uniworld. Hi, Michelle. Are you still on the line with us?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
Excellent. You're welcome. So just before we get started, I'd like to let the viewers know that if you have any questions during the webinar, just type them into the Q&A box found in the Zoom toolbar, and those questions will be answered after the presentation is finished. Also, if you have any problems hearing or seeing the presentation, just type a quick message into the chat box and I'll do my best to assist you. Okay, Michelle, if you'd like to go ahead and share your screen, you can start whenever you're ready. There we go.
Great, thank you. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and welcome everyone. My name is Michelle Palma. I have had the pleasure of working for Uniworld Boutique River Cruise Collection now for 8 years. And I like to say I have the best job in the business because it truly is an honor and a joy to represent such an iconic, incredible luxury brand. And you know, that famous expression, when you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. And I like to believe that that's true. So the objective of our webinar today is really to talk to you about, highlight what makes Uniworld different, a brief comparison between Uniworld and some of our competitors, and then, of course, an in-depth update and overview on our newest brand, You by Uniworld, for the millennial market. So without further ado, we will start the presentation. We have the tagline, "You deserve the best," and that is truly because we strive to do the very best every single day on board every one of our ships. You know, we truly are a floating luxury boutique hotel company. What's new for Uniworld? In 2017, we launched our newest super ship, the beautiful SS Joie de Vivre, docked right in the heart of Paris, sailing on our Paris and Normandy itinerary. We also introduced a new brand called You by Uniworld, which we like to say is disrupting the travel industry with a fun, innovative approach to river cruising that really targets the millennial market. We also this year have the River Beatrice, who is transitioning to become a super ship, and then finally River Current. River Current is our own online booking engine that is now available for booking in Canadian dollars. So let's start very briefly by looking at the beautiful SS Joie de Vivre. She really is a tribute to 1920s Paris with a beautiful Art Deco design throughout the ship. These are some images of the public areas, the lounge on board, where your clients will have the opportunity to enjoy pre-dinner or post-dinner cocktails as well as high tea. We have an incredible dining room on board the ship, which you can see the incredible attention to detail throughout. She really is reflective of 1920s Paris, and we like to say that the ship may leave Paris, but Paris never leaves the ship. And right down to an authentic French bistro on board, serving classic French fare. So this is one of our secondary dining areas on board the ship. We also have a full service spa on board. So your clients can go back and enjoy some relaxing time as they're sailing down the picturesque Seine River. We have an incredible resistance pool here, which during the evening transitions with a hydraulic floor to become closed supper club. And this is yet another secondary dining area where your guests can enjoy shared tapas menus and a more informal dining environment. Our fourth and final private dining area on board is a unique location called La Cave du Vin. And this really provides a much more intimate, interactive dining experience on board because guests can sign up for this experience once they board the Joie de Vivre, and they actually leave the ship with the chef and go into the local markets in Paris where they have the opportunity to pick up all the fresh ingredients that will be involved in the preparation of that evening's dinner. Here you'll see a picture of one of our suites on board, and you'll see it's really about the attention to detail. And quite often people just look at a picture of a stateroom or a suite and they go, "Oh, that's nice, I like that," or "That's different." But what I'd like to do is just take a moment to highlight what really stands out. You know, we start off with the furniture. Every single piece of furniture that you see on board a Uniworld Boutique River Cruise is hand-picked. It's custom made specifically for that stateroom or that suite or that lounge or that dining room. Nothing is ordered from a catalog. To the fabric walls, that is not wallpaper, that is actually fabric that's on the walls It's custom designed and custom made specifically for that stateroom or that suite. We have a unique technology you'll see on the left-hand side of your screen with our electronic French balcony. So with the push of a button, your clients can open the window and have it screened in so they can enjoy the fresh air, but they won't have, you know, the local insects and so on flying into their stateroom or their suite. It's a really incredible feature. Fresh fruit always can be found, and fresh flowers throughout a Uniworld ship. And it's regardless of your stateroom category, fresh fruit and fresh flowers are everywhere. You'll notice in the top center of the screen, there's a little box there that says Picasso. That's because that is an original Picasso that hangs in that suite. Some of our ships have over $2 million in original artwork on board. So even walking down the corridors, you know, leading from the lounges past the stateroom, you can enjoy the most incredible, you know, array of, you know, curated art that comes from specifically from the Tolman family private collection. We spent over $2 million on the yacht-like wood finish that is built throughout the Joie de Vivre. So it really is about these special extra touches and attention to detail throughout. What I'd like to do now is talk very briefly about our, what we like to call our 5 hallmarks of distinction. First and foremost, of course, is our one-of-a-kind ships. No 2 ships are alike with Uniworld. Each one is like a floating luxury boutique hotel. And it's great because you can recommend it to your clients and sell them on a Uniworld cruise, and every single ship is different. We've really avoided that cookie cutter approach. And what I'd like to do now is share some images with you of what some of our different public areas and staterooms and suites look like on board. So here we have the incredibly impressive and awe-inspiring lobby of the beautiful SS Maria Teresa. And she's completely beautiful. You know, she sails on our enchanting Danube itinerary. So when you look at this, some people say, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful, it's so regal, it's so elegant, and it really captures the essence of the Baroque era. And as you're sailing down the Danube during that particular stretch, that's what you're going to hear about. You're going to hear about Maria Teresa, who was leader of the Habsburg Empire. You know, she was the first female ruler, and it really is a tribute to her and that entire era as, you know, sailing down the Danube River. Then we also have other ships like our beautiful River Countess that sails on our Gems of Northern Italy itinerary that you see here with a much more modern contemporary lobby area, to our beautiful River Queen, which is one of the most favorite ships of all past Uniworld guests because she truly has a very unique and beautiful personality. This is the lobby area on the beautiful River Queen. We see here this incredible, you know, Strauss Baccarat chandelier. This is a famous chandelier that is the focal point on our super ship, the SS Antoinette. This chandelier used to hang in the famous Tavern on the Green restaurant in New York City. And when the restaurant closed down many years ago, it was such an iconic place for people to go and enjoy a beautiful meal in New York City. It went up for auction at Sotheby's, and we paid over $500,000 US for this incredible, beautiful Baccarat chandelier that now hangs, as I said, on the SS Antoinette. Of course, our lounges. No 2 lounges are different. So these are the lounges where your clients are going to go and enjoy, you know, the port talks every night, listening to the cruise director before dinner. It's where we have high tea, you know, whether it's, you know, on the River Countess, on the River Queen. Everyone is different and unique. And I'm showing you this picture because I had the opportunity to do a self-guided fam trip on the largest river cruise line in the world. And this is one of the lounges on a new longship. And you'll see here, very different, right? When I look at this, I see leather furniture. I see it's very tight. It's, you know, I'm thinking of clients when they're coming in to sit down and meet with some of their newfound friends that they've met on the river cruise, and they want to come and join them for, you know, high tea or to just relax and read a book. This does not look cozy to me. This looks a little uncomfortable. It looks very crowded. It looks very beige. And so I say to myself, well, here we have the signature Leopard Bar in Uniworld. I would love to go and catch up with my friends after a busy day of touring and share our stories about the amazing experiences we have. And so this is the difference that you have with Uniworld. This is luxury. When you look around, you see the attention to detail with the artwork, again, with the fresh flowers everywhere. And this truly is the epitome of what a Uniworld cruise is all about. So what I'd like to do now is take a moment to talk about a competitive comparison between Uniworld and our competitors as it relates to the staterooms and suites. So you can see here that we've provided very specific examples. So in the top left corner, you have a suite. On the bottom right corner, you have a suite. Top right is a standard stateroom. Bottom left is a standard stateroom. And, each of these, has a market for it. There's enough business to go around for everybody, so I'm respectful of that. But I think it's important to understand and highlight the differences. Here you're going to see, a lot of beiges, a lot of neutral colors, not a lot of artwork or fresh flowers or personality. When I look at this, I say I could be a client that's staying in a Marriott or a Sheraton anywhere in the world. And I say, when I go to Europe, I want to feel like that I'm in Europe. And when I'm out touring castles and beautiful medieval palaces, throughout the day, and I come back to my ship, I feel like I'm in Europe. I feel like I'm immersed in the destination and the regions that I'm traveling through. And I think that's what really, Uniworld specializes in, and that's what truly makes us different. And so again, I've taken like for like and compared suites and standard staterooms on different ships that we have throughout the European region. So I think that's super, super important. Here we have a suite on one of our competitors that also plays in the luxury river cruise market. And you can see here from the charming mood lighting to the orange colors and patterns throughout. Here we have a Uniworld suite. And I think you can very quickly appreciate the differences between the two. The attention to detail, the incredible, beautiful furnishings. As you know, we have Savoir of England beds that we spend over $30,000 each on our handmade Savoir of England beds. And anyone that's ever sailed with Uniworld will tell you it's probably the best sleep they've had in their life. We also have a pillow concierge. So your clients will have a choice of up to 6 different pillow types to enjoy while they are on their cruise. Here we have very quickly some images of our ship in India. I just want to talk about that because we do have the only all-suite ship sailing on the Ganges River. We've had an incredible response from the Canadian market. The suites, as you can see, look like luxury hotel suites. They do not look like something that you would expect on a traditional river cruise. And so that's one of the big differences, as well as Vietnam and Cambodia. We have the beautiful all-suite Mekong Navigator with only 68 guests and 34 staff on board. So we truly do offer the highest staff-to-guest ratio of any river cruise line in the world. Of course, we are the most all-inclusive river cruise line. What's included? We like to say everything you could ask for and then some. From the incredible luxurious staterooms and suites to round-trip scheduled airport transfers. So whether your clients book their air with us or not, the round-trip airport transfers are included. All the gratuities on board and on shore. So they're not having to reach into their pocket to tip their drivers and their guides after the excursions every day, because that's included as well. The recommended tipping guideline now is about 25 euros per person per day. So all of that is included. All their meals on board, unlimited beverages, including fine wines and premium spirits. We don't have house wines on Uniworld. Every single program that we have includes Grey Goose and Glenfiddich. It's all premium spirits and fine wines. We have ship-wide Wi-Fi and internet access available so everyone can stay connected, and of course a choice of daily shore excursions. New for 2017, we introduced 24-hour complimentary room service, and we've had such an incredible response to this. When you're talking about clients in the luxury category, they really do enjoy and appreciate the opportunity to enjoy a leisurely, breakfast in their stateroom in the morning. Or maybe sometimes after a busy day of touring, they don't want to go to one of the dining rooms on board or restaurants. They want to just relax and have something light in their stateroom or their suite. So that's certainly an option as well. I've got a brief video here I'd like to share with you that I think really it captures the essence of a Uniworld boutique river cruise in Europe.
The best part of Uniworld? I like that everything's included, and I love the staff. It's like the crew anticipates what I want, even before I know I do. The one evening I was discussing with our bartender how I was excited for our stop in Munich. There's a small batch vodka distillery there that's been my favorite for years. The next evening I show up for a drink before dinner, and voila, my dry martini with 3 olives is waiting for me. Make with the vodka they brought on board. Sometimes the tiny noticeable touches make all the difference.
And it really is about the tiny noticeable touches, which we'll talk about in a few moments. The wellness experience. So about 2 years ago, we put full-time wellness instructors on board every one of our ships in Europe. And they are there specifically to serve the needs of all of our guests on board. So every morning, your clients will have the opportunity to participate in morning yoga, stretching, and Tai Chi classes, as well as we have the TRX system that's been installed on all of our ships. We also have full fitness centers on all of our ships in Europe. And of course, we have our Serenity spas, which are not included. So one opportunity your clients have to spend some money on board, as well as Go Active excursions and our travel light menus. Our third hallmark of distinction would be our commitment to service. We truly have a history of hospitality. You know, we are part of the Travel Corporation group of companies. The Tolman family started with one hotel in South Africa almost 70 years ago. And so the success and the cornerstone of our group of companies is really built on a hospitality philosophy. We are not a cruise line. We are truly like a hotelier that operates a cruise division, a cruise line, a cruise company. And so Red Carnation is one of our sister company brands. And it really is about the commitment to service. I have a beautiful picture here of Mr. and Mrs. Stanley Tolman and Beatrice Tolman. And it really is about the commitment to service. We have a service philosophy on board our ships, and that is that no request too large, no detail too small. It's all about pampering and spoiling your clients every minute of every day. And they truly are committed to that. They are actually recognized for what we call TNTs, which stands for tiny noticeable touches. The little things like if you develop a cough or you have a cold, when they have their free time, they're going to get off the ship and they're going to pick up some throat lozenges for you, and you're going to find them on your night table that night when you go to sleep. You know, they really do love what they do every single day. Our fourth hallmark of distinction, of course, is our culinary excellence. We were the first river cruise line globally to truly embrace the farm-to-table dining philosophy. And every day, our chefs get off the ship and they source the local ingredients from the local markets. We actually have local farms that we work with that provide you know, the meats and the fish products that are brought specifically onto our ships for Uniworld exclusively. We also have local regional wine. So, you know, a big part of why our clients travel is that they want to immerse themselves in the local culture. They want to experience the local cuisines and the dishes that are reflective of the regions that we're traveling through. And that's something that Uniworld really epitomizes. You know, every single itinerary features different wines that are reflective of that region. And if, for example, white asparagus is in season, you're going to have the opportunity to taste and enjoy the incredible flavors of white asparagus during its, you know, its season while it's freshly served on board the ship. Regional wines are reflective of the regions that we're traveling through. So when you're in Bordeaux, you're going to be drinking the most incredible wines from Bordeaux. When you're in Italy, you're going to be drinking wine from Italy. And I've got another short little video to share with you as well here.
I felt like it was at a 5-star restaurant for every meal. Presentation, the flavors of the region, the fresh ingredients, you know, they all came together in the most artistic ways. And as chefs, you really tell they pour their heart and soul into their dishes. Going into town to source local ingredients. My favorite vegetable retail like to cook, making sure every detail is perfect, just like the rest of the Uniworld cruise. It's already it's like each meal is a work of art.
And I should tell you that we have this series of videos as well on our website. So if you're interested in sending them or sharing them with your clients, you can certainly do that as well. So I'm just going to stop this.
With a 5-star restaurant for every meal.
Okay, now our fifth and final hallmark of distinction is our exclusive experiences. And it really is about exceptional onshore opportunities for your clients to have that wow moment. You know, we all sail the same river, so how do we differentiate ourselves from the other river cruise lines in the market? And it really is about the exclusive experiences. So you'll see here in the first panel, you know, this is a photo from our morning with the masters. So on several different itineraries, we give your clients the opportunity to go into some of the world's most renowned museums before they open to the public, in small, intimate group environments with a local art historian that takes them through all the highlights and gives them an opportunity to experience that incredible one-on-one experience without all the crowds. Every single day, we also offer your clients the opportunity to do a Let's Go excursion, which is our active excursion. So it could be a hiking tour, a biking tour, a walking tour. We always have complimentary bicycles on board, but now we give your clients the opportunity to actually, we work with local vendors and we bring additional bikes to the ship, delivered curbside, and we give your clients the opportunity to actually bike from one port to the next. So as an example, on the Enchanting Danube itinerary, there are 3 different options for the clients to bike from one port to the next. And it's amazing because the pathway runs parallel to the river. And so they have the beautiful scenic views, and it's very flat surface. It's not very intense. And it's an amazing opportunity for them to get out there. I have to tell you, I did that itinerary last year, and almost 70% of the guests on board signed up for biking on at least one of those 3 days, if not more, to bike from one port to the next. And of course, we always have our Do as the Locals Do in Village days, where we take them off the beaten track and away from the touristy areas to have a much more intimate, culturally immersive experience, and the guests love it. These are the kinds of memories and experiences that they're looking for. They want to do something different. They don't want to do the standard, you know, city tours. And these are the kinds of experiences that they're going to come back and they're going to share with their friends and their family. I think one of our best kept secrets is what is our Generations program. And so we started with this about 5 years ago. We have been voted #1 by Travel and Leisure magazine for river cruising for families for 4 years. And it really is our best kept secret, because every time I talk to, you know, our trade partners and our agency partners, they have no idea that we even do this. So we're up to now 17 departures in the summer and over the holiday season, where we offer special Generations programs. So we have kids menus on board, we have family excursions every day, we have special ship tours, we have 2 dedicated hosts on board for the 2 different age groups, because let's face it, kids who, you know, are 14 years old don't want to hang out with 6-year-olds. I actually had the opportunity to take this a Generations cruise with my husband and my 2 boys, who are 11 and 13 here that you see on the screen, and we did our Paris and Normandy itinerary. And I have to tell you, my boys absolutely loved it. I was a little worried at first. I thought they've got a lot of energy, that maybe they're going to get bored, but they made crepes with the chef. And at night we hopped on the bicycles, and because we're right there, docked by the Eiffel Tower, we biked over and watched the Eiffel Tower light up at nighttime. And to take my kids to the beaches of Normandy, and you know, we separate the Canadians from the Americans on board, and we take the Canadians to Juno Beach, and we visit this incredible visitor center that the Canadian government has built, and we walked through all around Juno Beach on the actual beaches. It is an absolutely incredible experience as a family, and so I highly recommend our Generations program. Finally, I just want to mention, we have, we've announced the return of our best offer ever, and we call it OVO for short. We launched it not too long ago, a couple of months ago, based on incredible demand from you, our travel agency partners, and it really provides an incredible savings at anywhere from 10 to 30, or even as high as possibly 40% on a number of 2018 voyages. It has hands down been our most successful promotion ever. Wave season, we've seen record sales, so thank you very much for all your incredible support. We've now extended it until March 31st. So please take a look at our pricing. We hear feedback from our trade partners all the time that we are actually lower than many of our competitors. So the pricing is super sharp, incredible opportunities for you to give your clients the opportunity to experience a truly luxury, all-inclusive river cruise. Remember, they get off the ship, they have zero bill at the end of the week. Plus, if you know anyone who's interested in You by Uniworld, there's a 20% saving on that as well. Finally, Tread Right Foundation, founded in 2008, co-founded actually by Mr. Brett Tolman. The Tread Right Foundation encourages sustainable tourism, and to date, we've completed over 40 projects. A few years ago, we named Celine Cousteau as our ambassador, and she's been tireless in her efforts in traveling the world to preserve marine life as well as the indigenous tribes in the Amazon. So this is an incredible, foundation where we give back to the communities that we visit around the world. And now finally, last but certainly not least, You by Uniworld, right? As I said at the beginning of the presentation, it's a new, fun, funky, fresh brand. We like to say that we're disrupting the travel industry with this incredible new brand. Who is You by Uniworld? Well, for the first time, traditionally river cruising has always been for an older demographic clientele, right? It's traditionally been, 50 plus. And I have to say, since we went all inclusive with Uniworld in 2014, we've seen the average age come down. We're getting a lot more people in their 40s and their 50s. However, You by Uniworld is all about river cruising for clients within the age range of 21 to 45. And what we did is we pulled one of our ships out of inventory early. We pulled the Baroness off the Seine River in Paris early, and we put her into dry dock, and we put our incredible design team together, Mrs. Tony Tolman, and they stripped the ship down literally to the metal and reemerged as our first ever You by Uniworld ship that caters to the millennial market. And last fall, we did what we call a sneak peek cruise, where we filled the ship with trade partners, with social media influencers, and all of the images that you're going to see from this slide forward are all images from this 1 week sneak peek cruise. So we had a photo booth on board, and we had some incredible excursions that are exactly identical to what we're going to offer to your regular guests on board their You by Uniworld experience. So who is a You guest? I would say anyone between the ages of 21 to 45 that wants to travel with friends or other couples, anyone that's celebrating a milestone, so maybe they have a birthday, a graduation, a honeymoon. Our first booking for You by Uniworld was a honeymoon couple. There's an incredible graduation opportunity. Our sister brand at Kontiki, they have a huge percentage of their business that comes from parents and grandparents that gift Kontiki vacations to their kids and grandkids. And we have a gifting program for You by Uniworld. So even if, you say, well, I don't have a huge amount of millennial clients, Michelle, in my database, but I know I have Uniworld clients. Here's your opportunity to go back to them and say, you know what, you know Uniworld, you love Uniworld. Here's your opportunity to introduce river cruising, which you know and love, to a whole new, age group within your family. Certainly anyone that's traveled to Europe before or may even be looking to go for the first time, but definitely the young professional market. There's a huge segment of the population out there that are young, successful professionals that have the disposable income, and they're not getting married and buying houses and starting families at young ages. They are out, traveling the world. They want to experience as much as they can. They're living in a condo or renting an apartment, and they're going out there and they're all about experiencing life. So this is a huge opportunity for you. When we look at the itineraries, we have 6 itineraries in total. Second on the list here is the Seine Experience, which is in France, which on the purple side of the map here. So this is our ship, the Bee, that's docked right in the heart of Paris, like the Joie de Vivre, walking distance to the Eiffel Tower. And she sails down the Seine, so it's Paris round trip, a 7-night itinerary called the Seine Experience. Then we have the A, which starts up in Amsterdam. And she will start with our Rolling on the Rhine itinerary, which will take her from Amsterdam down to Frankfurt. At which point, the second of the 3 itineraries will begin. And you'll see that she does a Germany's finest. So she sails here from Frankfurt to Vienna, and then that's on the Danube flow. And then we have Germany's finest as well. So there's 3 different itineraries. They can all be combined for a 21, 14, or 28-day itinerary. And then last but certainly not least, we have 2 Christmas markets, Dashing Through the Danube and A Merry Little Christmas, which is a little bit shorter at 4 nights. So there are 6 itineraries to choose from for you by Uniworld. And what I'd like to do now is share some images with you of what does you look like. You know, everyone, there's been so much excitement and so much positive energy surrounding this new concept in river cruising. And every time we do trade shows or in your agencies doing training or webinars, everyone says, oh my gosh, I love it. But what is it going to look like? So here's your opportunity to see some of the first images of exactly what the ship looks like. So here we have the B. As I mentioned, it's the ship that we did the sneak peek cruise on. The cruises, by the way, for both the A and the B begin in April of 2018. So here we have a beautiful image. We painted the ship jet black and a beautiful matte finish from front to back with the beautiful neon U by Uniworld, logo on the side. And I have to say it caused quite a bit of a stir along the rivers as she was sailing down the Seine, because you have all these locals who are used to seeing, the different river cruise lines sailing up and down the rivers, but no one had ever seen such a different, unique ship. And so it caused quite a stir as she was sailing down the river. But from the very moment that you step on board, this is not a traditional river cruise. The photo here on the right-hand side is the lobby area. So this is where your millennial guests will, the first impression. It's the first experience they're going to have when they board the ship. Right down to the corridors, done in a funky, modern, contemporary black and white. And this takes them into the lounge. The lounge area is done, again, in a very minimalist, contemporary style. You have a number of different areas within the lounge that include, booth areas as well as open sofa areas. We head into the dining room, which we've really, we've brightened up. We've made it very open concept. Your clients can enjoy anything from small intimate tables of 4 and 6 up into the larger, dining environments like this, where we have a lot of shared dishes, right? That's a huge trend with millennials, is the shared dishes that they want to share and enjoy with each other. Docking stations. Everywhere on this photo that you see on the right-hand side, where you see the black table legs, from there on the top end of the table are docking stations, so they can stay plugged in, recharge, reconnect, and stay connected. Postings on social media. There's the traditional, family environment where, you're not allowed to bring your devices to the table. This is where everybody brings their devices to the table. So it very much, epitomizes the experience for the millennials. And here, just a quick photo of what some of the shared dishes look like on board. And one of the really fun areas on board the ship is the rooftop. So, traditionally on a river cruise, it's called the sun deck. On You by Uniworld, it's called the rooftop. And this is where a lot of the action and fun happens on board. You see this beautiful black and white striped bench. It runs around the entire circumference of the top of the ship, and it has a lot of different intimate areas on board, so your guests can go up and enjoy the incredible, beautiful views as they're sailing down the Seine River. You'll see we're docked right in the heart of Paris. Because the ship is smaller and much more intimate, we can get under all the bridges and literally become so close to the Eiffel Tower that they can walk. Many of our competitors are docked 20, 30 minutes outside of Paris. In addition, up on the rooftop, you'll find our signature ice bar. So like on Uniworld, we have our signature leopard bars. On You by Uniworld, we have our signature ice bars. And this is the ice bar from the B. So you can see here, clients can go up and enjoy, again, premium spirits and beverages on board, as well as silent disco. So if any of you have been out recently, silent disco is a huge and growing trend where clients have the opportunity. They put on the headphones, and depending on what color lights up on the outside of your headphone, that indicates the song that you're listening to. So there might be 3, 4, 5 different songs and genres playing, and it's dead quiet in the room because you can only hear the music coming in through your headphones. So it's a really fun way for guests to relax and kick back during the evenings. What I'd like to do now is take a few minutes to take you through what the staterooms and the suites look like. So here we have an image of one of our renovated suites. As you can see, very modern, very contemporary, very minimalist in terms of its style, quite different from a traditional Uniworld cruise. We also have our second category, which is our balcony suite. You'll see, you know, it opens up and we've got the French balconies that are available in this category. And then finally, we have our studios, which provide triple accommodations. And this is ideal if you've got 3 young millennials that want to travel together. You know, they're not going to be spending a lot of time in their stateroom. They're going to get up in the morning, they're going to have breakfast, they're going to go off, and they're going to spend the entire day in the port and the city and the destination that we're visiting. And they don't come back until they come back at nighttime to refresh and grab some dinner. So you'll see here we have the bunk bed configuration. Each one of them has their own flat screen TVs, and they are completely wired so they can charge up all of their devices at the same time. Now, one of the things that we did before we launched You by Uniworld is we spent a lot of time doing research with the millennial market. And we talked to them about what they wanted, what they didn't want. And they said, you know what? We want to travel with other like-minded individuals. We don't want to be traveling with parents and grandparents and kids. We want to do our own thing. And so we heard that loud and clear. And so we developed what we call U-Time excursions. And U-Time excursions are really about them getting out and doing it on their own. So we give them their tickets for entry. We give them their metro access, and they head off and they do it on their own, or they do it in pairs or with some of their new friends. So some examples would be rock climbing and wine tasting and cheese making and the rooftops of Paris, or bike tours and kayaking on the rivers. I mean, the number of U-Time excursions that we offer is absolutely incredible. And it really does give them the opportunity to get off the grid and do it at their own leisure. We also have 50 bicycles, Uniworld, or You by Uniworld rather, bicycles on both of our ships. So it's a great opportunity for your guests to hop on a bike and just go and explore, you know, the local markets, the local areas within the different ports of call on their own. And the feedback has been incredible. When we look at pricing, you know, a 7-night European cruise starts at around $300 per person per day based on double occupancy. As I said earlier, we have our incredible promotion in place, our best offer ever, which gives them additional savings of 20% off if they book by March 31st. So go and check us out, youbyuniworld.com. I've got a great video you're going to love. It really captures the essence of You by Uniworld.
The way that things
So I think you'll all agree. What an incredible video. I think it really captures the essence of what You by Uniworld is all about. Finally, I just want to touch briefly on our sustainability. You know, You by Uniworld is completely paperless on board. It's all about, you know, menus on the screen and WhatsApp for the guests to communicate. All of our uniforms are made of recycled materials. You know, they're not dressed like traditional river cruise staff. They're in their black Converse and their black jeans and their t-shirts. And so it really is a very unique, very different experience. We have a lot of feedback from you as our trade partners, and everyone said, you know what, I love this concept. I want to go on You by Uniworld, but I'm a little bit too old or I'm a little bit too young. I don't fit within that 21 to 45 age group, but I really, I love it. It looks beautiful. I want to sail on You by Uniworld. So what we did is we took 8 departures and we took them out of inventory. So if you go onto our website, they show as being sold out. And we are specifically marketing them through you as our trade partners, and we're calling them our U2 open age voyages. And so what we're doing is we're giving you as our trade partner 60% off the brochure pricing so that you can go and experience it firsthand. And we're saying, you know what, invite your friends and family, invite your clients, you know, invite, you know, as many people as you can, and they enjoy a 20% savings as well. So we have 4 sailings on the A, in both in the spring, the summer, and the fall, as well as on the B. So you have a choice of different itineraries that you can enjoy. We really want you to experience it so that you can come back and you can be passionate and excited to sell it as well. So I'd like to take this opportunity to wrap up and say thank you so very much for all of your time today. I hope you found the session informative. I hope you learned something new and different. And certainly, you know, we have an incredible sales team here in Canada. Please reach out to us at any time. We're here to help you grow your business. We have an incredible array of marketing and sales tools available to you, including our Uniworld University program. So please contact us at any time. We're here to help you. And on behalf of myself and the rest of our team in Canada, I'd like to say thank you very much for your time today. And I think we're going to turn it over to Q&A now, correct?
That's right. Thank you so much, Michelle. That was very informative. So I'd like to invite anyone that has any questions to submit them into the Q&A box. And I see that there are a couple of questions there already. Okay, the first question was asked by an anonymous attendee, and they said, I had clients on a cruise tour through China last year, and the Uniworld ship was provided by China because of local laws there. It wasn't quite up to the usual Uniworld standards. Are there any other locations where this might be the case?
Oh, sorry, I had muted myself there for a minute. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no problem. We can hear you now.
Okay, great, wonderful. So as it relates to our program in China, we are not working with the same company going forward. So new for 2019, we have a brand new partner that we will be operating our China program on, and there are so many more inclusions. We are now including complimentary beverages during lunch and dinner on board, as well as complimentary wine, spirits, soft drinks, beer, etc., anytime between 3 and 11 p.m. So there's a lot of great new enhancements, including complimentary gratuities. So we had never included gratuities before with our exotic destinations. We are now for China, Vietnam, and Cambodia, as well as Egypt and India. So that's new for 2019.
Great, thanks. And Atelka asks, will this video be available to share with her clients? And she asked that during the longer You by Uniworld video that you showed. Absolutely.
And if you can find it on YouTube, but we have an entire social media toolkit that I can send off to you. If you want to reach out to me personally, you can reach me at my email address, which is mpalma, it's spelled P-A-L-M-A, @uniworld.com. And if you send me an email, I can absolutely send you the link to the video that you can download and send it to your client. But as I said, we have an entire toolkit of social media tools at your disposal, as well as printed materials. So if there's anything we can do to help you grow your You by Uniworld business, we're here to support you. Thank you.
Amazing, thanks. And Melanie asks, what is the bathroom setup like for the 3-person bunk bed studio?
That's a really good question. There is one bathroom, washroom, shower area within the triple studio accommodation. So it will require a little bit of creative time management, I would say. If you have all 3 people wanting to, get ready for the night ahead or the day, in the morning, it will require a bit of, creative timing on their part for sure.
Okay, thanks. And Donna asks, on the open age voyages, will there be different excursions from the regular U ones?
That's a really great question. Thank you for asking. Actually, no, the excursions will be the same. So they will have the opportunities to participate in some of the smaller group structured excursions as well as the U-time excursions, because I think it's really important if you're going to sail with us on one of those voyages that you have the opportunity to have the exact same experience that your clients will, so that you can come back and talk about it firsthand and, share, your feedback and your insights on the excursions yourself. So for sure, they'll be the same.
Okay, thanks, Michelle. Sue asks, how can PAX choose stateroom based on favorite color? Is this possible to do by the TA, by the travel agent for the PAX when booking online on the River Currents website?
That's a really good question. So we're almost there, not quite, but certainly if the clients have a specific stateroom that they do want to book, what you can do is you can book it in River Currents, and then you can always request a specific stateroom through River Currents, but you can also do it by contacting our reservations department. But we make every effort because we know that clients have sailed with us again and again, and we know that every corridor, every level within the ship offers a different design scheme and color, decor, and so on. So we want to make sure that the clients get exactly what they want, and we will work with you to make sure that they get the specific stateroom or a suite that they're interested in for sure.
Fantastic. And the next question is U by Uniworld only for 21 to 45, or can older people go on these ships too?
That's a very good question. And we've had, like I said, we've had a lot of feedback on that. And so, that's why we introduced the 8 sailings on our U2 departures. So you'll see here on the screen, this is where we have waived the age restriction. This is where we've said clients of any ages. So whether you are one of our preferred trade partners or whether they're regular consumers, they can book with any age range on these 8 sailings, 4 on the A and 4 on the B.
Okay, excellent. And Louise says, how are you for accommodating disabled people?
I'm going to assume she's asking specifically on that question for Uniworld. And if that's the case, all of our ships are equipped with elevators as well as gentle walking tours. So for clients that have any type of disabilities, we do offer excursions and programming both on board and on shore to cater specifically to clients with those needs. But as I said, all of our ships are fully equipped with elevators that will allow them to be, to give them full and complete access to, the various stateroom levels, as well as the restaurants, lounges, and the various public areas on board the ships.
That's excellent, thanks. And the next question I can answer, Rosa asked, can we get this presentation? Yes, Rosa, the archived version of this webinar will be made available on the Baxter Media YouTube channel. And I hope to have that up on YouTube by the end of the day, but at the very latest, it'll be online by tomorrow morning. And you just go on YouTube and search for, if you search for either Baxter Media or Baxter Travel Webcast, you will come across our YouTube channel on there. Okay, and Melanie asks, do we have to provide a special promo code to take advantage of the open age U sailings?
No, you don't, Melanie. As long as you identify one of those dates that's showing up on the screen right now, or ask the Uniworld reservations agent for one of the U2 departures, you'll have full and complete access to them.
Excellent, thanks. And the next question is, for the Danube, Vienna to FRA, I guess that's Frankfurt, I noticed no itinerary for Budapest to Nuremberg, or did I miss out on something?
Sorry, so no, we have the 3 different itineraries that are available for our U by Uniworld program. And all of them are in our brochure, and they're on the website. So if you want to go in and look at the specifics in terms of the different ports of call, that's available all on our website.
Perfect, thanks. And the last question here is the 60% off U2 special for travel agents for the room and therefore include their spouse?
Yes, absolutely. So that rate applies for both you and your traveling companion. It could be a spouse, it could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be your neighbor. It's whoever you want to travel with, it applies to both. Keep in mind that for You by Uniworld, it's not as completely inclusive as Uniworld. So, alcoholic beverages are not included on board. So if you are interested in purchasing wine or beer, etc., spirits on board, those would come at an additional cost.
Okay, thanks, Michelle. And someone else by the name of Michelle has typed into the chat box here, and she says, thank you. Having sold Uniworld previously, I know why they love it.
Oh my gosh, that's so nice. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Michelle. And we have a couple submissions in the Q&A box here that says, thank you for the info.
Well, thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Okay, so I do believe that wraps up all the questions here. But I'd like to thank everyone that attended the webinar today. Thanks so much for participating. And Michelle, thank you so much for your great presentation today.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and thank you to everyone for your time today.
Great. Thanks so much. And as I mentioned earlier, everyone, the archived version of this webinar will be made available shortly on the Baxter Media YouTube channel. Okay, take care, everyone.